All right, chapter 4, and we're finding out what the white thing was. A lot of you guys said it was a mummy, so let's find out if you were right. Chapter 4, Back from the Dead. Jack pulled Annie down. The white figure moved swiftly past them, then disappeared into the shadows. A mummy, said Annie. Back from the dead. Forget it, stammered Jack. That's impossible. He picked up the Egyptian book. What's this, said Annie. She lifted something from the floor. Look, the mummy dropped this thing. It was a gold stick about a foot long. A dog's head was carved on one end. It looks like a scepter, said Jack. What's that? Asked Annie. It's the thing king and queens carry, said Jack. It means they have power over people. Come back, Mummy, Annie called. We found your scepter. Come back. We want to help you. Shh, said Jack. Are you nuts? But the mummy, there was no mummy, said Jack. It was a person, a real person. What kind of person would be inside a pyramid? Asked Annie. I don't know, said Jack. Maybe the book can help us. He flipped through the book. At last, he found a picture of a person in a pyramid. He read, Tomb raiders often stole the treasure buried with mummies. False passages were sometimes built to stop the robbers. Jack closed the book. Not a mummy, he said, just a tomb raider. Yikes, a tomb raider, said Annie. Yeah, a robber who steals stuff from tombs. What if the robber comes back, Annie? We'd better leave. Right, said Jack, but first I want to write something down. He put the Egyptian book in his pack. He pulled out his notebook and pencil. He started writing in his notebook. Tomb Raider. Jack, said Annie. Just a second, said Jack. He kept writing, Tomb Raider tried to steal. Jack, look, said Annie. Jack felt a whoosh of cold air. He looked up and a wave of terror shot through him. What's it gonna be? Another figure was moving slowly towards them. It wasn't a Tomb Raider. It was a lady, a beautiful Egyptian lady. The lady wore flowers in her black hair. Her long white dress had many tiny pleats. Her gold jewels glittered. Here, Jack, Annie whispered. Give her this. She handed him the gold scepter. The Egyptian lady stopped in front of them. Jack held out the scepter. His hand was trembling. He gasped. The scepter passed right through the lady's hand. She was made of air. Chapter 5, The Ghost Queen. A ghost, Annie whispered. She could only stare in horror. The ghost began to speak. She spoke in a hollow echo voice. I am Henepti, she said, Queen of the Nile. Have you come to help me? Jack still couldn't speak. Yes, said Annie. For 1,000 years, said the Ghost Queen, I have waited for help. Jack's heart was pounding so hard he thought he might faint. Someone must find my Book of the Dead, she said. I need it to go to the next life. Why do you need the Book of the Dead? Asked Annie. She didn't sound scared at all. It will tell me the magic spells I need to get